Hey y'all, and welcome to the Birmingham Real Estate Investors Roundup. This is the 5th edition of this show. We took a break for a couple weeks, but I'm planning on continuing to put these videos out and hopefully getting them consistently out on Wednesdays going forward. So if you haven't seen it before, what we do on this show is kind of go through a case study of a real investment property deal that one of my clients has done recently and kind of pull out some lessons and some results from that deal, and then look at a potential deal that's a new listing, and kind of see, maybe this is a good fit for you if you're looking for an investment property here in Birmingham. Today we're talking about turnkey rentals, which is, I would define as a property that's either already rented or, is pretty much ready to rent when you buy it. It's a really great strategy especially for busier professionals who are looking for a way to invest. I'm doing a webinar specifically on this subject on the 23rd of this month. You can sign up for that at robert.h.drum.us/webinar. I've done a couple of these webinars and really had a great turnout. Been able to share some great information on investing in the Birmingham real estate market. My name is Rob Drum. I'm a real estate broker at eXp Realty here in Birmingham. This is my contact information right here. If you want to reach out to me for any reason, be happy to help you any way I can. So again, this is what we're going to do today. Go through a recent acquisition of the kind of turnkey variety, and then we'll look at a new inventory opportunity that is also a turnkey type opportunity. I do this video, and then I also do a market update every Friday. So I'd love it if you would subscribe to this channel and get all the kind of market and investor related info that I put out for the Birmingham real estate market. So this is a recent transaction. This is a turnkey purchase that one of my clients did, and it's a really terrific home in a great area, really high demand area. If you've watched the market update, you know that areas like Moody are extremely competitive. Most properties are going at or above list price, getting multiple offers in the first couple days. And so this one was a 3-bed, 2-bath built in 2012. My client, it was actually listed for $202,000. That's what my client bought it for. And we had a unique approach, and I've mentioned this on the market update a couple times, that we've had to kind of adjust as we have gotten into this kind of white hot seller's market. If you want to buy a property, you have to be, pretty aggressive. You have to get creative. And this property was actually coming soon. We saw that, it was built really recently. Only so many things can kind of go wrong in 8 years on a house. So we knew it was probably in good shape. This is really the only picture we had to go off of. But made a full price offer, sight unseen. And this is something for a lot of my out-of-state investor clients. We actually closed 2 more this month, kind of similar deal, a newer house. All we had was one exterior picture to go off of, and very similar numbers, almost within 10,000 of this, and kind of right in line on the rent as well. So this is kind of a model that we've been having some success with, and they were both coming soon properties when we made offers. So, and that's something we'll get into on the kind of lessons learned from this. We'll get into that a little bit more. He had around 40,000 down payment. Well, these are the numbers. It's a pro forma model, so actual results may vary, but this is if you've got a 40% expense ratio on a rental rate of $1,450 per month, You're left with a cash flow of about $1,000. These type properties are going to have great returns, but not necessarily monthly cash flow. And if you're a high earning professional, you don't necessarily want to make your money on monthly cash flow because that, is going to get taxed. You'd rather have expenses like depreciation and interest expense that will wipe that out, and you can be making money while it looks like you're losing money to the IRS. It's a beautiful thing. And so the estimated annual appreciation at 5%, it's a little bit higher than historical appreciation, but again, this is a really hot area. We're in a really hot market. So last year, annual appreciation was over 12%. So eventually it'll even out, but just for modeling purposes, 5% is a good number. And that gives us rough kind of net worth building returns from the cash flow and depreciation of $11,200. That does not include what his tenant is paying down on his loan. I don't remember what his loan interest rate was, but one of the ones we closed this month, that was a really similar deal. We had a interest rate of 3.5, a payment of, it was 700, 800 for a very similar deal. So strong returns, as far as building net worth, building equity each year relative to what his down payment was. And then he's got this depreciation expense that, again, is kind of an estimate, but that will wipe out any kind of on paper returns that he may be have a tax liability for, ideally. And when you're a professional that's fairly highly compensated, you don't want to have a whole lot of extra gains to pay taxes on each year. You'd rather just kind of build wealth while making it look like you're either not making money or losing money. So that's what he's kind of accomplishing with this. And it's a great strategy that a lot of my clients have done. So some lessons learned in this market. Again, you've got to be really aggressive, take smart risks. We hadn't seen the inside of the property. That sounds kind of crazy, to some people, but we knew it was newer built. And again, you always have an inspection contingency if you get into it and they've just trashed the place. That is possible, but I'd say very unlikely. Another thing, kind of a lesson learned really over the last years, the National Association of Realtors implemented a new regulation that requires all listings to be in their system, either coming soon or as listed. And you can't just kind of have pocket listings anymore where you kind of have to get them on the market and get them out there. So we've seen a lot more coming soons. And as we've seen, especially with the market being hotter, we've seen more coming soons. And with my clients, it kind of creates an opportunity to where we can kind of get a first look, get an offer in where we don't necessarily need to see the inside of the house. We know about what it looks like, that it'll be good enough for a solid rental property. And that's something that you see a lot where new regulations, they have, good intentions, but they kind of create new opportunities for investors who are smart and willing to, take a smart risk. And again, for this client, cheaper isn't always better for rentals. This one's going to be a great performer. It's going to appreciate well. It's going to, his tenants are going to pay it down for him. And you're not going to have a lot of issues from the house or from the tenants. And when you're, busy and working hard every day, you want just a stable return. You don't want to have headaches. And I think that's what this should accomplish. And again, this is pretty popular. I closed 2 that were almost identical numbers this month. So I think it's a good way to approach buying a turnkey rental property. So new inventory, this is a hypothetical. It's not actually hypothetical. It's a listing that I'm gonna have coming. It's not available at all yet, but it's a 3-bedroom, 2-bath townhome in Grayson Valley. That's not a picture of it. If you're interested in this property, as I kind of describe it, you can just send me an email and I'll let you know as soon as it is available as a coming soon. This one has not even been onboarded as a listing yet. So I just know it's coming. And so you're really early on this if you're interested. It's a 3-bed, 2-bath built in 1987, 1,500 square feet per tax records. It's a corner unit. This part of Grayson Valley is right close to all kinds of shopping and restaurants, close to Trustville. It's in Clay Chalkville schools. There's no HOA in here. This property is going to be freshly renovated. Listing price, we haven't hammered it down yet, but it's going to be in the range where this will be probably in the 120s, 130s, and it should have an estimated rent of around $1,100. So if you're interested in that, if you want to get the details when I do get it listed, you can send an email to me at robert.h.drum@gmail.com. And I'd love it if you would like this video. Again, if you are interested in a full breakdown of buying turnkey rental properties, a couple more case studies like this, we're going to do a webinar on the 23rd, and you can sign up for that at robdrum.us/webinar. I thank y'all for watching, and I will see you Friday for the market update. Y'all have a good one.